On this episode of The Hunter's Apprentice, it's all about turkey. Big, beautiful, wild, and yes, tasty turkey. We're in Missouri. Springtime means turkey hunting season, and excitement is in the air. Come along for the ride as we learn, explore, and see what happens when our young hunters in training get a one-of-a-kind chance to show what they can do in the great outdoors. I'm Mike Rogers, inviting you to load up the gear and get your game on, because we're in for a full-tilt turkey tango. Hang on to your caps and get ready for an adventure-filled, high-octane trek into the wilderness. And who knows, you might actually learn something. It's late April in the Missouri countryside. Turkeys fly down from their trees each morning, and the annual mating ritual is on full display. For 14-year-old Riley Lawson, turkey hunting is just part of her outdoor life. She's also hunted for deer and duck, learning the basics from her dad since the age of 2.
So I know that turkey hunting, it takes a lot of patience. A lot of patience. And I'm not a person that has a lot of patience, but I have a lot of patience when my dad tells me I need to have a lot of patience. I know that you have to wear camo and sometimes you gotta paint your face because you could just be sitting next to a tree and you gotta be all covered up in case the turkeys come right next to you. You can use several different calls. I know kind of how to do a slate call. I know a little bit about turkey hunting and I have a lot more to learn. This year I've got 2 turkey tags and I'm going to go out with my dad and see if we can get me some turkeys. I'm also going to take one of my good friends, Trinity, out with me. We don't go to the same school, but we've been best friends through the lodge, Duckhorn, for about 4 years coming this fall.
You have to be self-sufficient. For hunting in our family, we harvest a deer or an elk or pheasants or whatever it is. They process those animals because you have to have experience and learn how to do that. And if dad does it for you every time and then you get to be 21 years old and you go shoot your own, how do you do it? You can't handle it. So that's the way it is around our house. I'm not trying to raise kids that hunt. I want to raise adults that are going to hunt one of these days, and you have to be able to do it all by yourself.
Riley has been looking forward to hunting again with her good friend Trinity. They've hunted turkey together about a year ago and were close to harvesting a bird when an unexpected visitor got in the way.
Last year, they were coming in, I could see them right to me, and a coyote ran through them and it shut them up. They took off and they did not come back the rest of the evening. They won't talk, and even if they decide to come back, they won't talk, so they kind of just pop up in your decoys and you don't know they're there.
Hunting day is finally here, and the girls are hoping to have a turkey in the deep fryer by sundown. Careful preparations have been made, and we've pre-selected a location. Riley and Trinity have been in the blind with their adult guide, Robbie, since before sunup. And now it's time to see what daylight brings, with the aid of a few well-placed decoys and, of course, some skillful turkey calling. The girls wait, and wait, and then wait some more. Finally, it looks like their patience will soon pay off, as turkeys begin to appear in the misty distance. But just as it's beginning to look promising, nature intervenes, as a passing coyote spoils the hunt. For Riley and Trinity, it's a tough deja vu moment to relive. But there's always tomorrow, and Riley is now more determined than ever to get her bird.
We waited about 4 hours out there to see if they would come back in and let them rest. They never came back in. Trinity was really upset. She knew there was big birds in there and she was all excited that she was going to get shoot one, but she didn't get to shoot one. Maybe next time.
Well, I was kind of thinking it was over when the coyote came through because that kind of shuts up all the turkeys in the area. And once I realized it was over, I was a little down, I'm not gonna lie. But I also know that there's always a new day and you don't always walk away with an animal.
I've been pleasantly surprised by all the Missouri wilderness has to offer. And fortunately for Riley and company, turkey hunting isn't the only game in town. There are plenty of other activities around here that provide a welcome distraction. And teaching others about the outdoors is one of those things I never get tired of. In the afternoon sun, we spend some quality learning time as the girls practice their shooting skills. I've learned my techniques through a lifetime of worldwide hunting experiences, but our young participants are picking up the tips and tricks with the ease of a seasoned pro. Our hunt for wild turkeys resumes the next morning in the pre-dawn darkness. Sometimes waking up at 3:30 a.m. is just part of the adventure. Today, Riley's hunting partner will be her dad, Matthew, who's bagged and tagged more than a few turkeys during his 40-plus years in the field. Each day brings new challenges, but hopefully our father-daughter team will find success together. It's not every day when you get to go hunting with your kid, and this is one dad who knows his daughter has a genuine love and appreciation for the family's hunting heritage.
The first hunt I took her on was a deer hunt. I think she likes it as much or more than her brother does. She gets really, really mad when I'm going duck hunting and I have a full blind and there's not enough room for her to fit at all. As much as she likes the hunting part itself, she likes being there with the people more.
The morning has been pretty quiet and the sun has been up for a few hours now, but Riley and her dad are doing everything possible to call the turkeys in. It's a game of patience and persistence. Riley continues to quietly scan her expansive field of view while various turkey calls are put to the test. Soon enough, the curious big birds come in for a closer look, and the hunt is on.
Levee, you're going to be shooting right here, okay? Okay, they see the decoy, so I want you to move from looking out my window, because my window doesn't do you any good. You're looking right past this corner, 10 yards. Okay, make sure you're shooting low, okay? Kill that turkey. Hit him again, hit him again. There you go. Okay, got your bird. Good job, baby. Good job. Now unload that gun, okay? He's right there, he ain't going nowhere. He's done.
I was like, yes, he's down. Let's go get him. We picked up my turkey, we looked it all over, and while we were sitting there, we went over him again, how big the hooks were, which he didn't have hooks because he was a Jake. We got to notch him, which means you're going to tell the conservation department that you got a turkey. So you pull up the Missouri Department of Conservation, their app, and then you go to your turkey tag and you click notch, which means you killed the turkey. And then you hit telecheck and you put in what type of bird. I clicked Jake because I shot a Jake, and it was all good. And then it was about 30 minutes before I posted the picture of me and my turkey. I posted it on Snapchat. I picked a good picture because it showed my face, it showed the turkey, it looked really good, it looked presentable for the social media. To process the bird, you clean the bird, which is getting all the meat and the beard, if you want the beard, and the tail feathers off. So my dad helped me cut the fan off and the beard off, and he showed me how to nail it on the board, and you spread it all out so it dries correct. So then you nail it to the board, every other feather, and then you take your beard and you just sit it down with the fan. And then we breasted the bird out, which means you open up the breast, pull all the feathers back, and then you cut along the breastbone, and you cut all the meat off. and tonight we're gonna go eat it after we prepare it for everybody. I've never cooked it for myself, but I've helped my dad cook it before. Tonight I'm gonna cook it.
In 4 days, I think we've put in 20 plus hours in the field, probably 25 hours. Sitting, being quiet, walking a long ways. But to me, that's not the most important thing. It's really not. I mean, I know for the purposes of the video and all that kind of stuff, you know, everybody wants to see a mature Tom in full strut, right in front of the camera, and that's great. But for me, the most important part and what they have to understand is no matter what the experience is, that you can tell somebody 30 years from now when you're sitting around with the duck blind with your friends, you know, remember the time we went on this turkey hunt with Mike Rogers and, you know, we ended up harvesting the turkey. We got to eat the turkey. And that's memories. And that's what it's about, is memories and preserving the heritage that we have and enjoying being outside, not enjoying sitting on a couch with our cell phone.
When I'm 35 years old and I'm sitting there with my little kids in the duck blind, the deer blind, or the turkey blind, I'm going to be thinking, this is what my dad taught me. I'm going to pass it on to my kids.
For Riley Lawson, it's a tasty and fitting conclusion to a special outdoor turkey hunting experience. The last few days have had challenges, but the rewards for patience and hard work are self-evident. And sharing nature's bounty with friends and family is what it's all about. I'm Mike Rogers, and we'll see you next time on The Hunter's Apprentice.